Welcome back in part 8 of the chapter Oscillations. In this video, we are going to learn the next article, which is very easy to understand and also the very important for exam point of view, and which is the simple pendulum. First, we see the definition of simple pendulum. For ideal condition, the simple pendulum is defined as is a heavy particle suspended by a massless, inextensible, flexible string from a rigid support. This is the definition of ideal simple pendulum. म्हणजे एक आयडियल कंडिशनला हा डिफाईन केलेला आहे. मग ह्या डेफिनेशन मध्ये जी काही स्ट्रिंग यूज केलेली आहे त्या स्ट्रिंगच्या कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक्स दिल्यात पहा. द स्ट्रिंग massless, inextensible and flexible. Suppose this is the arrangement of simple pendulum. Suppose this is a string. The one end of the string which is fixed to the rigid support and the one end of the string which is attached to the heavy particle, and it is called as the pendulum bob. Now when this bob which is displaced from its stable equilibrium and release, it make into the oscillations about its mean position, and this is nothing but the simple pendulum. Now this string is massless. Its mass is very small. Inextensible means that under the action of weight of this bob, the length of string cannot be increased or length is not increases. This property is called as the inextensible. म्हणजे जसं पेंडुलम बॉब आपण अटॅच केलाय त्याच्या वजनाने त्याचं एक्सटेन्शन व्हायला नको. There is no extension. So it is called as the inextensible and also the flexible. It make as a flexible. Then, but this ideal simple pendulum is not satisfied for practical purposes. For practical purposes, we define the practical simple pendulum, and it is defined as is a heavy particle or heavy sphere which is suspended by a light and inextensible string from a rigid support, and this is called as a practical simple pendulum. It is called as a practical simple pendulum. This heavy bob or heavy particle is called as a pendulum bob. त्यालाच आपण काय म्हणतो, pendulum bob. Now this point, it is called as the point of suspension. ज्या पॉइंटला स्ट्रिंग सस्पेंड केलेली असेल त्याला म्हणतात पहा, इट इज कॉल्ड एज द पॉइंट ऑफ सस्पेन्शन. It is called as a point of suspension. Suppose we assume that this point is O and this is the point of suspension. Now this is the point of suspension and this is the center of gravity of the pendulum bob. The distance between this point of suspension and this center of gravity of the pendulum bob, it is called as the length of the simple pendulum. Length of simple pendulum, and which is represented by capital L. Its definition काय आहे? The distance between the point of suspension and the center of gravity of the bob or sphere, it is called as the length of simple pendulum. Or this distance, it is the radius of the bob, or we can mathematically write capital L is equal to small l plus r. R, it is the radius of the bob, and small l, it is the length of the string, and capital L, it is the length of the simple pendulum. Now we have to find the time period of a simple pendulum, and also show that the motion of a pendulum, it is the linear simple harmonic motion. जे pendulum for very small angle of theta, we assume that theta is very small, then the motion of a pendulum, simple pendulum, it is the simple harmonic motion. हे सुद्धा आपल्याला काय करायचं, प्रूव्ह करायचं. Now we have to already define this term. In this term, we have to show that the restoring force is directly proportional to the displacement from its mean position. and the restoring force and displacement are in opposite direction. When we have to show that this relation, then we have to conclude that the motion of a simple pendulum is a linear simple harmonic motion. म्हणजे आपल्याला दोन गोष्टी पाहिजेत पहा. एक सिंपल पेंडुलमचा पिरियड फाइंड आउट करायचा आहे आणि सिंपल पेंडुलमचं जे मोशन आहे ते काय दाखवायचं आहे, लिनियर सिंपल हार्मोनिक मोशन एक शो करायचं आहे फॉर व्हेरी स्मॉल अँगल. ओके, फर्स्ट we have to show that the motion of a simple pendulum is a linear simple harmonic motion. Now consider this is the figure of a simple pendulum. This is the figure of simple pendulum. O is called as a point of suspension. This is the rigid support. The capital L, it is the length of the pendulum. R, it is the radius of the bob. A, it is the mean position. B and C are the two extreme position. Now M, it is the mass of the bob, and T dash, it is the tension in the string. T dash, it is the tension in the string. Along the string, we have to use the T for time period. T, capital T, this is the time period of the pendulum, and T dash, it is the tension in the string. Tension in the string. Now consider the small m, it is the mass of the bob which is displaced from its stable equilibrium and release its make into oscillation about its mean position. Now at displaced position, that is at extreme position, there are two forces acts on the pendulum bob. At extreme position, two forces are acts on bob. One is tension in the string. Tension in the string. We have to call as its T dash. Tension in the string and its direction along the string and toward the rigid support. Its direction along the string and toward the rigid support. And the second force which is the weight of the bob. Weight of bob, and which is the mg. Weight of the bob. These two forces acting on the pendulum bob at the extreme position. When this pendulum bob reaches at extreme position at point B, there are two forces. One is the T dash, that is the tension in the string toward the rigid support, and second is the weight of the bob, and which is the mg. And this weight of the bob, mg, which is resolved in two components. These two components, one is along the string and second is which is the perpendicular to the string. Suppose that along the x-axis and along the y-axis, we have to find these two components. Now in this case, this is theta. It is called as the semi-vertical angle, or it is also called as angular amplitude and also called as the angular displacement. Theta. What is theta? We have to define here. Theta is called as angular amplitude and also called as angular displacement. Now we have to find the two components. Actually this mg, mass, which is resolved in two components. One is along the x direction and second along the y direction. Now suppose this is the angle theta. This angle is theta. Suppose this is the straight line. This is the rigid support and this is the position of the extreme position of the pendulum bob. This angle is theta. According to the geometrical concept, this weight is directed exactly vertical downward direction. These two lines are parallel. या दोन्ही लाइन काय parallel आहेत. And this line, suppose this is O and this is the B. This is the transverse line, then according to geometrical concept, this angle is also theta. हा angle सुद्धा काय असणार आहे? Theta, which is also theta. When two lines are parallel to each other and there is one transverse lines, then these corresponding angles are congruent. According to this theorem, we can write this here theta. म्हणजे हा जो थीटा असेल तर तो जसा जसा हा इन्क्रीज होईल तेवढाच तो हा 30 डिग्री असेल तर हा सुद्धा 30 डिग्रीज असणार आहे. हा 50 डिग्री जर इन्क्रीज झाला तर हा सुद्धा 50 डिग्रीज इन्क्रीज होईल. बिकॉज ऑफ द वन थेरम, द टू लाइन्स आर पॅरलल and which is the transverse line between these two, then its corresponding angles are equal. Now in this triangle we have to find this component. This is the perpendicular, म्हणजे हा ट्रायंगल आपल्याला असा मिळणार आहे, हा आणि हा त्याला परपेंडिक्युलर असणार आहे, हा थीटा आहे. मग आपल्याला हा कंपोनंट फाइंड आउट करायचा आहे. मग हा कंपोनंट फाइंड आउट करण्यासाठी आपल्याला घ्यावं लागणार आहे cos ऑफ थीटा. सपोज दिस इज द mg, हा काय आहे mg आणि हा आहे आपला y ॲक्सिस. मग cos ऑफ थीटा, द ॲडजसंट साइड डिवाइडेड बाय हायपोटेन्यूज अँड विच इज द mg, अँड देन y इज इक्वल टू वी गेट mg इंटू cos ऑफ थीटा. म्हणजे हा जो कंपोनंट आलेला आहे तो कंपोनंट कोणता आलाय? mg इंटू cos ऑफ थीटा, mg इंटू cos ऑफ थीटा. नाउ सिमिलरली फाइंड द इट्स horizontal component or along the x direction. In this triangle, this is the mg, this is the mg, this is the perpendicular, sorry, this is the हे आणि हा याला इथं परपेंडिक्युलर आहे पहा, हा इथं त्याला काय असणार आहे? हा इथं परपेंडिक्युलर. ठीक आहे. मग हा अँगल जर थीटा असेल तर त्याच्या अपोजिटचा हा अँगल पण काय असणार आहे? हा इकडचा थीटा असेल. मग आपल्याला हा कंपोनंट फाइंड आउट करायचा आहे. त्याच्यामुळे इथं काय येणार आहे? साइन थीटा, समोरची बाजू. मग साइन थीटा इज इक्वल टू द फ्रंट साइड, दॅट इज द एक्स, अँड हायपोटेन्यूज इज द mg. मग x इज इक्वल टू काय? x इज इक्वल टू mg इंटू साइन ऑफ थीटा, mg इंटू साइन ऑफ थीटा. दिस इज वी गेट द हॉरिझॉन्टल कंपोनंट. हा कंपोनंट आपला mg इंटू साइन ऑफ थीटा, mg इंटू साइन ऑफ थीटा. We get these two components. This weight of the bob, which is resolved in two components. One is the mg cos of theta, and second component is the mg into sin of theta, mg into sin of theta. This is the resolution of the two components of the weight mg. One is the mg cos of theta, this mg cos of theta, and its direction along the string, and which is opposite to that of the tension in the string, along the string and opposite to the tension. And the second, the mg sin of theta, which is perpendicular to the string. ही स्ट्रिंग आणि त्याला हा जो mg sin of theta आहे हा त्याला काय असं इकडे परपेंडिक्युलर आहे, ज्यांच्यामध्ये बरोबर 90 डिग्री अँगल आहे पहा. This is the mg sin of theta, it is the perpendicular to the string. Now in this case, this at extreme position at point B, this vertical component mg cos of theta and tension in the string both are balances, both are equal and opposite. So we cancel to each other, and due to this there is no change in position of the bob in vertical upward direction or in vertical downward direction. म्हणजे हे दोन्ही इक्वल अँड अपोजिट आहेत, त्यामुळं हा बॉब इथं काय राहणार आहे? स्टेबल राहणार आहे. त्याचं मोशन इकडेही होणार नाही आणि इकडेही होणार नाही. ड्यू टू दिस रिलेशन, द vertical component mg cos of theta and the tension in the string both are equal and opposite. But in case of second component, which is perpendicular to the string, this mg sin of theta, which is responsible for to move this bob towards its mean position, and which is equal to the restoring force. ज्याच्यावर restoring force किती असणार आहे? Which is equal to the mg sin of theta. So we can write here the force, the restoring force is equal to mg into sine of theta, mg into sine of theta. This component which is equal to the restoring force, and the restoring force is nothing but the force which is responsible for the body to tries to its mean position or equilibrium position. Now in this case, the restoring force is always directed toward the mean position, but the angular amplitude, which is its direction like this is the theta, with direction away from the mean position, and direction of restoring force, it is the toward the mean position. Both are opposite in direction, so we can write here minus sign. But we assume one condition here, for very small angle theta is very small, small in the sense this theta which is less than 10 degree. ह्या कंडिशनला आपल्याला टाइम पिरियड फाइंड आउट करायचा आहे. If theta is very small, then sine of theta is nearly equal to theta. When if the theta is very small, suppose sine, when theta is equal to 0, then sine 0 is 0. म्हणजे ही कंडिशन नुसार काय होणार आहे, हा जर थीटा जर स्मॉल कन्सिडर केला तर sin theta nearly equal to theta, and also in case of tan of theta. Now substitute this identity in this equation number 1, then restoring force is given by minus mg into theta. This sin of theta is nearly equal to theta for this condition. म्हणजे आपण theta एकदम small consider केलेला आहे. Call this as equation number 2. Now in this triangle AOB, this component which is perpendicular, this is a 90 degree angle. हा ट्रायंगल घेतला आपण, कोणता ट्रायंगल? इन ट्रायंगल AOB. In this triangle, then sine of theta, this is the perpendicular and this is the hypotenuse, capital L is the hypotenuse. Then sine of theta, it is the front side, x upon hypotenuse, that is the L. We assume that theta is very small, then sine theta is also equal to theta, or theta is equal to x upon L. म्हणजे ह्या ट्रिगोनोमेट्रीने आपण इथं काय केलं, थीटाची व्हॅल्यू काढलेली आहे. म्हणजेच हा इथं येईल साइन ऑफ थीटा इज इक्वल टू x upon L, or theta is very small, then theta is equal to x upon L. Or also by definition of the angular displacement is equal to the arc length. What is the arc length? X is the arc length divided by radius, and radius is L here. ही आपली रेडियस आहे. पहा, म्हणजे इथं जर आपण असं एक व्हर्टिकल सर्कल जर कन्सिडर केलं तर त्या व्हर्टिकल सर्कलची जी रेडियस आहे ती काय असणार आहे, कॅपिटल एल असेल. म्हणजे according to definition of angular displacement is defined as the arc length divided by radius. त्याच्यावरनं सुद्धा हा येईल. Substitute theta in this equation number 2, then f is equal to minus mg into theta, but theta is x upon L. Now in this relation here m, g and L, mass of the bomb, acceleration due to gravity, and length of the pendulum, these three factors are constant. या तिन्ही काय constant आहेत. And this force is directly proportional to displacement from its mean position. The force is directly proportional to the displacement. Mass, gravity, and length are constant, and from this relation we conclude that the motion of a simple pendulum is a linear simple harmonic motion from this relation if the theta is very small. This is the first our target. We have to show that the motion of a simple pendulum, it is a linear simple harmonic motion. Why it is the linear simple harmonic motion? Because of the restoring force is directly proportional to the displacement from its mean position, and this negative sign indicate that the restoring force and displacement are in opposite direction. though you always remember that the restoring force is always directed towards its mean position, and this displacement, its direction is away from the mean position, The linear simple harmonic motion is defined as the restoring force is always directed towards mean position and its magnitude is directly proportional to the displacement from its mean position. म्हणजे ह्या रिलेशनवरून आपण काय डिफाइन केलंय की सिंपल पेंडुलमचं जे मोशन आहे ते कसं आहे, लिनियर सिंपल हार्मोनिक मोशन. बट विच कंडिशन? दिस कंडिशन, इफ थीटा इज व्हेरी स्मॉल. बट इट इज व्हेरी स्मॉल, देन पाथ इज अ स्ट्रेट लाईन. हा पाथ कसा असणार आहे? स्ट्रेट लाईन. म्हणून तिथं काय म्हटलं? लिनियर सिंपल हार्मोनिक मोशन. Now, this is the first target. Now, second, we have to find the time period. Time period of the simple pendulum. Now, time period. The capital T, it is the time period, and its standard form is given by 2 pi upon omega, and this omega is called as the angular frequency. In first video, we have to define this angular frequency. This angular frequency is given by, call this as equation number 3. This is equation number 4. This angular frequency, it is given by square root of k upon m. What is k? K, it is the force constant or spring constant, and m, it is the mass of a particle. We have to notice that the one equation, the restoring force is equal to k into x, its magnitude. And we have to write here minus sign. The minus sign indicate that the restoring force and displacement are in opposite direction. हे इक्वेशन आपण सुरुवातीलाच पाहिलंय. मग याचं जे मॅग्निट्यूड आहे ते मॅग्निट्यूड काय आहे? फोर्सचं रेस्टोरिंग फोर्स इज इक्वल टू k into x. What is k? From this relation, k is nothing but the f upon x. Substitute this. F upon x is the square root. K is f upon x, and m as it is. According to Newton's second law of motion, F is equal to ma, and A is equal to F upon m. F upon m, what is this? F upon m, it is the acceleration. Omega is equal to this acceleration upon displacement and in square root of. हा काय झाला? According to Newton's second law of motion, F upon m is the acceleration. This acceleration divided by displacement. म्हणजेच हा काय आलाय? That is the acceleration per unit displacement. Omega is the acceleration per unit displacement. Square root of acceleration per unit displacement. Substitute this omega in equation number 4. We get this time period t is equal to 2 pi upon omega. Omega is square root of acceleration per unit displacement. This is the time period. Again, we simplify this here. Now, call this equation F is equal to minus mgx upon L. According to Newton's second law of motion, F is ma. Mass into acceleration. Minus sign mgx upon L. This mass and mass get cancelled. Then acceleration, this is the x displacement. We have to shift here at left side. A upon x is equal to, the remaining terms are minus g upon L. Now in magnitude we have to written as A upon x is equal to G upon L. G upon L. The left hand side of this equation, the acceleration per unit displacement is the G upon L. What is A upon X? A upon X is acceleration per unit displacement. Acceleration per unit displacement is G upon L. Substitute this in this equation, then time period is given by 2 pi upon in square root of acceleration per unit displacement is G upon L. G upon L, or time period is equal to 2 pi this L, we have to shift it to numerator, L upon G, and this is the required formula for the time period of a simple pendulum. And it is equal to 2 pi into square root of L upon G. Here L, it is the length of the pendulum, G is the acceleration due to gravity, 2 pi is the constant. This is the time period. This time period, and we have to write its frequency. The frequency N is equal to reciprocal of its period. Then frequency is given by 1 upon T. याचा जर reciprocal घेतला तो 1 upon 2 pi into square root of G upon L. And this is the frequency. This equation number 5 period, and equation number 6 is frequency. Now from this equation we have to define the sum laws of the simple pendulum, and it is called as the laws of simple pendulum. Now we study the laws of simple pendulum. We have to just derive the equation of the period of the simple pendulum is T is equal to 2 pi into square root of L upon G, and the frequency of simple pendulum, which is the reciprocal of period, and is given by 1 upon 2 pi into square root of G upon L, where L is the length of the simple pendulum and G is the acceleration due to gravity. The first law here, the period of simple pendulum is directly proportional to square root of L, as here G is constant. Here acceleration due to gravity is a constant. This is the first law. The second law, the time period is inversely proportional to the square root of acceleration due to gravity, where the length of the pendulum is a constant. Now in this relation there is no mass, so for that we have to define the third law, and which is the time period T is independent of mass, and also the factor amplitude is not present in this equation. For that we have to define the fourth law, and which is that time period is independent of amplitude. These are the four laws of the simple pendulum. This is called as the law of length, law of acceleration due to gravity, law of mass, and law of amplitude. The first law, it is stated as the time period of simple pendulum is directly proportional to the square root of its length of simple pendulum, as the acceleration due to gravity kept constant. The second law, the time period of simple pendulum is inversely proportional to the square root of acceleration due to gravity, as the length of the pendulum kept constant. The third law, there is no mass present in this relation, so time period is independent of mass, or it does not depend on the mass. and also the time period, it is the independent of amplitude. म्हणजे ह्या दोन व्हॅल्यूवर पिरियड डिपेंड नसेल. These are the four basic laws of the simple pendulum. Now, for deriving the expression of the period of the simple pendulum, we have to consider some assumptions here. The first assumption is that the amplitude of oscillations is very very small. म्हणजे आपण एक कंडिशनच टाकली होती पहा, थीटा ई फॉर अँग्युलर डिस्प्लेसमेंट थीटा इज व्हेरी व्हेरी स्मॉल. ते कंडिशन आपण इथं घेतलेली पहा. मग किती असलं पाहिजे? द अँप्लिट्यूड ऑफ ऑसिलेशन इज व्हेरी व्हेरी स्मॉल अँड दिस अँप्लिट्यूड ॲट लीस्ट इट इज द 20 टाइम्स लेस दॅन द लेंथ. म्हणजे लेंथ जर 20 मीटर असेल तर तुमचं अँप्लिट्यूड हे 1 मीटर असायला पाहिजे. म्हणजे अँप्लिट्यूड विच इज ॲट लीस्ट 20 टाइम लेस दॅन द लेंथ ऑफ द पेंडुलम. इज द फर्स्ट assumptions. The second assumption is that length of the string is large. म्हणजे काय पाहिजे की स्ट्रिंग जी असणार आहे त्याची लेंथ ती लार्ज असली पाहिजे. म्हणजे याचंच कॉन्व्हर्स स्टेटमेंट आहे पहा. ड्युरिंग द ऑसिलेशन्स बॉब मूव्स अलॉंग अ सिंगल व्हर्टिकल प्लेन. म्हणजे बॉबचं जे मोशन असणार आहे, दिस इज द बॉब विच इज मूव इन सिंगल व्हर्टिकल प्लेन. याच प्लेनला आहे तो, असं इकडे वाकडं असा तो फ्लेक्झिबल नको आहे. इट इज मूव इन अ सिंगल व्हर्टिकल प्लेन. These are the three important assumptions to derive the expression for the time period of the simple pendulum. Now the next definition is second pendulum. Second pendulum. This definition which is related to the pendulum of the clock. Now suppose that this is the mean position. This is the mean position of the pendulum. Now the pendulum which is the moves and goes to the positive extreme position and again come back towards its mean position. It strike the mean position. We get the 1 second. Again this bob or pendulum which is moves to negative extreme position and again move back towards its mean position. Strike the mean position, we get the 1 second. म्हणजे for complete oscillation how many seconds? This is the 1 second and this is the 1 second, 2 second. म्हणजे one complete cycle, what is the period of pendulum? Is the 2 second. And this pendulum is called as the second pendulum. And it is defined as a pendulum whose period, a simple pendulum whose period is 2 seconds. Period is 2 seconds. Is called second pendulum. म्हणजे समजा O is the mean position, A and B are the extreme position. When particle moves from its mean position, which is reaches to this extreme position and moves back, this is the 1 second. And this oscillation is half oscillation. For the next half oscillation, this pendulum bob moves to negative extreme position and again moves back towards its mean position. This is the 1 second. जिथे आपल्याला 1 सेकंड मिळणार आहे. 1 + 1 is 2 seconds. For complete oscillation, the period is 2 seconds. The time required for one oscillation is called as the period, and its period is 2 seconds. Then it is called as the second pendulum. We know that the equation of the period is the 2 pi upon L upon G. For second pendulum, its period is 2 seconds. Then this T is 2 is equal to 2 pi into square root of L upon G. Now this 2 and 2 get cancelled. This 1 is equal to pi into square root of, we have to write here LS upon G. S for seconds pendulum. The length of second pendulum. We have to find the length of second pendulum. Squaring on both sides. This 1 is equal to pi square into LS upon G, or LS is equal to the length of the second pendulum is equal to G upon pi square. G upon pi square. And this equation represents the length of the second pendulum, which is only depends on the acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity. And on the surface of the earth at sea level, the value of acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 meter per second square. Then this 9.8 divided by 3.142 square. Pi is the constant. Its value is given by 3.142, and this calculation is nearly equal to 1 meter. When we take the length of the pendulum near about 1 meter, then its period is a 2 सेकंड. म्हणजे ह्या रिलेशनवरनं जर लेंथ ऑफ सेकंड पेंडुलम माहीत असेल तर त्या प्लेटची ॲसिलेशन ड्यू टू ग्रॅव्हिटी आपल्याला काढता येईल, किंवा ॲसिलेशन ड्यू टू ग्रॅव्हिटी माहीत असेल तर आपल्याला त्याचा लेंथ ऑफ पेंडुलम सुद्धा कॅल्क्युलेट करता येईल. दिस कॉल्ड ॲज द लेंथ ऑफ दिस कॉल्ड ॲज द सेकंड पेंडुलम. सेकंड पेंडुलम कशाला म्हणायचे, त्याचा पिरियड किती असतो, 2 सेकंड. फॉर एव्हरी हाफ सायकल ऑर एव्हरी हाफ ऑसिलेशन it required 1 second. It means that, or for one complete oscillation we require the 2 seconds. This is the second pendulum, and this is the formula. LS is equal to G upon pi square. Now we compare the conical pendulum and simple pendulum. This concept, the conical pendulum, we have to study in the first chapter, that is in rotational dynamics, and the simple pendulum we have to just study. Now compare these two pendulums. The first point is the trajectory and plane of motion. The conical pendulum, its motion is like this. This is its mean position. This is the point of suspension, and conical pendulum is moved in horizontal circle. Now its trajectory is the horizontal circle. किंवा त्याचा जो मोशनचा जो प्लेन असणार आहे, इट इज द हॉरिझॉन्टल सर्कल. बट इन केस ऑफ सिंपल पेंडुलम, इट्स द ट्रॅजेक्टरी अँड प्लेन ऑफ मोशन, इट इज द इन व्हर्टिकल प्लेन. हा कसा असणार आहे, व्हर्टिकल प्लेन. म्हणजे हा व्हर्टिकल प्लेनमध्ये तो सिंपल पेंडुलम काय होईल, मूव्ह होईल. अबाउट कायनेटिक एनर्जी अँड पोटेन्शियल एनर्जी इन कोनिकल पेंडुलम, kinetic energy and potential energy both are conserved. म्हणजे कायनेटिक एनर्जी आणि पोटेन्शियल एनर्जी दोन्हीही कॉन्स्टंट राहतात. बोथ एनर्जीज आर कॉन्स्टंट. बट इन केस ऑफ सिंपल पेंडुलम, कायनेटिक एनर्जी अँड पोटेन्शियल एनर्जी आर इंटर कन्व्हर्टेबल. और इंटरचेंजेबल असतात. पहा, म्हणजे यांची कायनेटिक एनर्जी आणि पोटेन्शियल एनर्जी काय होते, चेंज होते. बट द सम ऑफ दीज टू एनर्जीज रिमेन्स कॉन्स्टंट. दॅट इज कायनेटिक एनर्जी प्लस पोटेन्शियल एनर्जी रिमेन्स कंजर्व. बोथ आर इंटरचेंजेबल. द कायनेटिक एनर्जी इज मॅक्सिमम, at that time potential energy is minimum. When the potential energy is maximum, kinetic energy is minimum. Both are interconvertible. When we add both energies, the addition is always conserved or constant. Now about the component. In case of horizontal component, suppose either it is moved in this direction in horizontal plane, this component, horizontal component, at any position which is responsible for the centripetal force, the force which is directed toward the center. म्हणजे जो काही याच्यातला हॉरिझॉन्टल कंपोनंट असेल, हॉरिझॉन्टल component which is responsible for the centripetal force. And in this case, in simple pendulum, its tangential component, म्हणजे आताच आपण जे पाहिलंय, ही स्ट्रिंग आहे पहा, ही स्ट्रिंग, इथं जो टँजेन्शियल कंपोनंट आहे दिस टँजेन्शियल कंपोनंट विच इज इक्वल टू द रेस्टोरिंग फोर्स. मग हा इकडे कोणता फोर्स भेटणार आहे आपल्याला? रेस्टोरिंग फोर्स. आणि तो कंपोनंट कोणता असणार इथं? इट इज द टँजेन्शियल कंपोनंट. हियर टँजेन्शियल कंपोनंट. हियर horizontal component which is responsible for centripetal force and tangential component which is responsible for restoring force. Now period. The period of the conical pendulum is given by P is equal to 2 pi into square root of L into cos of theta upon G and period of simple pendulum is T is equal to 2 pi into square root of L upon G and angle here theta angle which is the fix. हा कसा असणार आहे? फिक्स असणार आहे. इट इज द कॉन्स्टंट. बट हियर थीटा इज व्हेरिएबल. तो कसा असणार आहे? कारण हा अँगल काय होणार आहे? हा जसा जसा हा मूव्ह होईल त्यावेळेस हा अँगल चेंज होईल. इट इज नॉट कॉन्स्टंट. म्हणजे इन हॉरिझॉन्टल सर्कल और इन कोनिकल पेंडुलम द अँगल इज फिक्स्ड. तो काय राहणार आहे? कॉन्स्टंट राहणार आहे. These are the some difference between the conical pendulum and simple pendulum. Thank you.